Falana seeks sanctions for attorneys general failing to prosecute terror suspects as federal government restates commitment to strengthening security around schools. And later on the show, President Bola Tinubu insists on police orderly withdrawal from VIPs, says civil defense trained for protection as senators kick demand probe of selective enforcement. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju, who joins us via Zoom, and Babatunde Abatan. Journalist Hangout starts right now. Now let's begin the conversation. From battling insurgency to building world-class schools, Borno State's transformation is nothing short of remarkable. The Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, has commended Governor Babagana Umara Zulum for what he describes as a transformative investment in educational infrastructure. Speaking during the commissioning of the two newly constructed mega schools in Maiduguri, Alausa noted that many universities and polytechnics approved for other states lack the quality of infrastructure now found in Borno's primary schools. The minister called Governor Zulum a pace-setter, while the governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to education, describing it as the foundation for development and prosperity. Zulum also announced plans to strengthen technical and vocational education, including deliberate measures to increase teachers' salaries. All right, BK, I'm going to start with you on this matter. Talk about Borno State. I mean, because one cannot help but wonder how Governor Babagana Zulum, continues to accomplish so much. This is a point reinforced by the Education Minister. I mean, how do you view this comment by the Education Minister?
It came to me as though no surprise. It only reinforces the need for other governors to emulate this government. The best schools in terms of quality of infrastructure, the best primary and secondary schools are in Borno State by a long shot. I've been there a number of times, and on every occasion, I was surprised because he keeps improving the quality of those schools. The quality of schools that I saw in 2019, when the governor inaugurated some schools, mega schools, to mark his 100 days in office. Governor Zulum is the sort of person who accomplishes in 100 days what his mates do not accomplish in years. And I'm not exaggerating. I challenge anyone to go to Borno State and see what we are talking about. The idea of mega schools began with the administration before him, that of Kashim Shettima. But this governor has taken it a notch higher. You need to see those schools. We can't tell the story even with audio-visual elements alone. People have got to see those schools. Okay. And I'm not surprised that this minister spoke in this manner, because he, as the Minister of Education, he calls himself the like a national principal for schools. So he has seen so many schools. But the schools that he saw in Borno State, according to him, blew his mind. He said, I was humbled yesterday. The quality of primary schools in Borno State, junior and secondary schools, blew me away. And he went on to say, we have a governor in the person of Professor Zulum, who understands what governance is all about and who understands how to move a state forward. And he added how to move a nation forward, which means that he sees this governor as capable of doing even something bigger than what he has done in Borno State on the national stage. He is an exceptional leader. It's across the board that he has done well. whether it's healthcare delivery, infrastructure generally, the state teaching hospital. I invite Nigerians to go and see the state teaching hospital that this governor is building. You would think you are looking at UCH. So massive, so massive. And the question is, where does he find the money to do these things? The roads that were destroyed as a result of that massive flood, you need to go and see those roads. He's rebuilt them. He's built overhead bridges within so short a time that she will be wondering, has he been there for 20 years? I think that if other ministers, other people go to Borno State, I believe they are going to say the kind of things that Alausa has said, because it is not exaggeration, it's pure reality. It is worth seeing. It is worth seeing. And I don't think Borno, in terms of the work that this governor has done, I don't think Borno has been even properly reported. There's so much that has been done that Nigerians don't know. He is such an exceptional governor in terms of his quality, in terms of his commitment to the welfare of the people, in terms of service delivery, in terms of what he has done. Remember, he won the Zig Prize during his first term. And that record is there. No Nigerian governor has won the Zig Prize in his first term. No governor. Because they usually win it in second term. But he won it before the end of his first term.
Okay. All right. Today, the minister said something. He said that the school infrastructure, some of them are not even available in some universities or even polytechnics in Nigeria. But how do you think this will impact the standard and growth of education in the state?
Well, I think he has described the governor as a pace-setter. By being a pace-setter, it means he has changed what it used to be. He has devised a new model, a new standard by which education should be patterned in any part of the country. By doing that, you see, when you build such kind of classroom for primary education, you are indirectly telling the student that there's something better for them in future. Because most of our primary schools, when you go there, they are ramshackle like sheds. But when you build quality 21st century primary schools, it means you are giving the pupils a future that by the time they go to the secondary school, they will look up towards better. And everybody agree all over the world that development is one of the, education is one of the foundations for development. It also means that there's prospect for something better. The man has set a standard by which he wanted all other states and his successors to be managed and to be evaluated. So by doing that, he has increased the value of education in that state and the quality of education, because there's no way students can go to quality schools without necessarily bringing out. Even it may not be all of them, but a standard has been set. They will look up to something better in future, that if I can attend primary school here, by the time I get to secondary school, it will be better. By the time I go to higher institution, it will be better. And like he said, he's going to lay emphasis on vocational education and technical education, which are the missing gaps in our education over the years. So if you can do that, it means students that cannot go to tertiary institutions, at least they can go to technical colleges and vocational, instead of relying on technical expertise from neighboring West African countries.
All right, let's take a report about the schools so that we all can see this massive school project going on in Borno State.
When you put that level of emphasis, investment, commitment, political will behind education, what do? You're building human capital. And once you build that human capital, you've created sustainability. You're building an egalitarian society.
The message from the federal government was clear. Borno is raising the bar. The Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, was in Maiduguri to officially unveil 2 new mega schools built by the administration of Governor Babagana Zulum, Kulogomna Mega Primary School and Government Day Secondary School, Kaleri. Both facilities are expansive, fully equipped with science laboratories, libraries, ICT suites, and sports infrastructure purposefully designed to deliver a modern learning environment for thousands of pupils. Performing the symbolic tape curtain, the minister described Zulum as a pacesetter in education governance, noting that the quality of primary and secondary school infrastructure in Borno surpasses what he has seen in several tertiary institutions across the country.
Primary school in Borno State, I'll tell you, I've been to, you see, our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu placed full moratorium on establishing of tertiary institutions. A lot of universities and polytechnics that were being approved for other states, they don't have the quality, the infrastructure of a primary school in Borno.
The minister also commissioned a newly constructed federal government school in Garanam, funded by the Islamic Development Bank and executed by the Federal Ministry of Education through UBEC, marking yet another milestone in rebuilding education in communities affected by insurgency. Governor Zulum, on his part, reaffirmed his commitment to rebuilding human capital through deliberate long-term investment in the education sector.
The state government has invested about 28 billion naira in education infrastructure across all the 27 local government areas in the state. Since May 2023, we have also prioritized strengthening of our teaching workforce with an investment of 4 billion naira in teacher training.
Governor Zulum added that the state has fully implemented the minimum wage for teachers across primary and secondary schools, describing it as a necessary step in strengthening the teachers' workforce. For residents of Maiduguri, these schools represent more than just buildings. They are symbols of recovery, resilience, and renewed hope for the future. Jesse Tefida, TVC News, Maiduguri.
I mean, beautiful structure, beautiful one. But Bike, beyond infrastructure, what policies should be in place, to improve teacher quality, curriculum delivery, and also the learning outcomes beyond the infrastructure now?
I think the best that the governor can do for the states is to do his best to improve the quality of instruction. And he can achieve that by regular training, by ensuring that only the best get to teach the students.
Okay.
He has to throw the gate of employment open to anyone who is qualified and who is interested in working in Borno State. Whether you are an indigent or you are not, only the best should man those schools. Only the best teachers should be working in those schools. Because you can have beautiful infrastructure, but if the quality of instruction is terrible, you have the kind of situation that we had in Kwara State during the Bukola Saraki years, when examinations were conducted for teachers and pupils, the same exam, and pupils passed and their teachers failed. That's to tell you that it was a wretched crop of teachers that they accommodated in the school system in Kwara State. How can you set a primary 4 examination for teachers? Some teachers failed and their students passed.
Very sad.
That is inexcusable anywhere. Oshomole also did the same thing in Edo State. Many teachers failed. Many teachers failed. But somehow, for political reasons, he was compelled to bring back even those who had failed. That's not what we want to see. Only the best should be good enough to teach those students. Unless you have the laboratories, those are the tools that students need to excel.
Okay.
But the quality of instruction is very important. It's very, very important.
All right, then. All right, let's move straight to our next conversation. On our next conversation,